so I can work my abs standing up. How many times have you been doing ab exercises and you're lying down and you're wrenching your neck, and at the end you feel like you got some abdominal exercise, but you really feel like your neck is hurting you more? So at some point I'll give you more tips. That can be a great position to work your abdominals, but today we're going to do them in standing. So what you're going to do first is you're actually going to come into a lunge position. So a lot of abdominal exercises, the key is not necessarily, how many reps you're doing. It's the effectiveness of the position and working the muscles that you really need to work. So finding that point and awareness of how you get the best contraction is only going to help you work them in different positions, which gives you the best well-rounded program to have a rockin' stomach. So what I'm going to have you do first is come into a lunge position. So you're going to have one leg in front of the other. It doesn't matter which one for now. And if I step up a little bit, you can kind of see my legs are spread. Now, if you had problems with your balance, you would just widen your base of support, and you're going to keep your body up for this. If you try to lean forward, you're not going to necessarily work the muscle group that I want you to do. Well, lots of pink today. It doesn't really totally match, but you can never have too much pink, right? So what you're going to do, and I'm just going to come to the side a little bit. My back leg is pretty much straight, but you're going to bend it a little bit here. Your arms are going to come overhead. Now, in this position, if you had some discomfort in your back, you are aware of maybe some tight hip flexors, which again, you need to stretch. So take inventory of what you're feeling throughout these exercises. The more body awareness you have, the more you can tailor your exercise program with positions that are going to be even more effective for you. So as I come overhead, what you're going to do is kind of pull your belly forward. So it's almost like if I had my belly button and I wanted to look up to the ceiling, I wanted to kind of get my belly button to angle towards the ceiling and my hands coming toward the floor, it would look like this. Okay, so it's not like I'm just doing this. It's not like I'm rocking my hips. I'm putting the movements together where I do bend my back leg a little bit. I press forward. Imagine that I'm trying to open up a pistachio with my belly, okay? So we're gonna try about 10 of these. So you wanna keep your shoulders relaxed, and this is warming the tissue up, but it's very effective that you're trying to almost give yourself resistance through your belly. My hips are coming forward. I'm gonna come to your angle a little bit. So this would be 3. You can see my shirt kind of ripples up. 4, 5, I'm not shrugging my shoulders up. 6, and 7, 8, and one more, 10. Okay, so if that feels awkward to you, but you're also getting a bonus here where you're stretching out the hip flexor rather than engaging it, which was what you do with a lot of abdominal exercises. So switch your arms, your leg back, arms are up overhead, shoulders relaxed. Don't shrug up here. You're not really doing, this is movement because it allows you to propel your hips forward. Again, the motion is coming from a pelvic tilt, which you really need to do if you're doing these on the floor. See how my hips are coming forward and back? Like going back to the 70s, thrusting that hip forward. You're going to, again, have the arms overhead, and then bringing the arms forward engages that muscle group, okay? 3, as you exhale on the contraction, you're working the abdominals even more. 5, 6, and last one. So again, you're tightening your butt up as well. So this is a nice warm up, but you're also effectively working the abdominals. And I promise you, you're going to be surprised with this series that you might get a little bit sore. Now, what I like about this exercise series is that you're working your core standing up. If you're just lying down, your muscles are not doing as much work because your body is supported by the floor. When you're standing, you have to engage other muscle groups. So you're going to get that extra benefit, but your core is more engaged than just your abdominals, which again gives you more results with getting your body in shape. So this next exercise, you're going to come down and you're going to do what we call kind of a plie squat. So your knees are actually going to track out. So you should be able to see maybe the instep of my sneaker, or that's the position that you're going to want to do. It's almost like you're sliding down your wall. Okay, so you're not leaning forward. You would have your contact points against a wall. You're imagining that. And you go down to the point where you still have control. So this is where, again, your knees are going to want to track in. My cat. Bring your knees back so you're now getting the sides of the hip. Now I'm just going to come closer to you so you can see how we're going to work the abs today. Now your obliques, you're going to go from the rib cage to the hip. Your arms are going to come overhead. Now if you feel like you cannot keep your position with your hands overhead because of tightness, you're going to keep your arms down and you would actually try to just slide your hand to the back of your knee and down your leg, okay? So you would come up like this and then come here. So now you're working the sides of the abdominals, but you're also getting the sides of the hip and your core. Belly button stays tucked into your spine. And for other people, if you want to, your elbows stay up here and you're going to go side, center, side, center. Okay, so the legs don't move. The only thing that's really changing is your upper body. Okay, so this is 3, 3, 4, keep that back upright, and 5, up, 6. If you're getting to this point, you can feel your legs. You could come up a little bit if you feel just a slight burn and you're still in control. Hang out. We just got 2 more. 9, 9, and 10, and 10. Good. All right, so then come up and you should feel inner and outer thigh as well as the sides of your abdominals. Now, if you wanted to do more reps, you're still in good control, you could certainly do that. Again, if you want to just change the angle so the arm actually comes down and your goal is to slide farther down your knee, it gives you a better cue that you know your shoulders are up. If you start to pitch forward on these, you're not going to be getting, well, you're still getting some benefit, but it's not as effective. So you want to keep that in mind, okay? So then our last exercise, we're actually going to do more of a twist. So again, we're working the legs again. Excuse me. So this is, again, another way for you to get more out of the time that you're putting into your exercise. So lying flat, doing a crunch, doing obliques, there's benefit to that, but I want to give you some variations to give you a better result and to also help you find different positions that you find it's easier to manage to do throughout the day or at some point during the day instead of having to like get down on the ground, you don't have a clear space, blah, 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 blah. So you're going to come down into this position again, but now you're actually going to do a twist. So again, it's almost like you want to imagine you're in like a washing machine or you're wringing out a towel. That's what's going to give you, again, more results in a chiseled waist, okay? So what you're going to do is have your arms forward, and now we're going to twist, center, twist. So my hips don't move. My belly button is what's positioned out side to side to like a 45-degree angle, okay? You're going as far as you can with control, not using any momentum, okay? Breathe through it. Your arms stay parallel to the ground. Halfway there. 6, 7, 8, I love this one, and 9, and 10. Good, really go as far as you can. Excellent job. And you should feel, again, when your hips are square and you're turning your belly, it gives you more awareness. You should feel, again, like a ringing, any type of fat, moosh, crap, it's all going away in time. Again, if you're not aware of what you're eating, that's another piece of the puzzle, really. There is really no way of saying, like, oh, just do this, and then you can eat whatever you want, and you really want to have a toned abdominal area. It doesn't really go hand in hand, but you don't need to hear that from me because deep down you already know it. So I hope just this gives you some variety. Please let me know which one your favorite move was today, and I'd love to hear from you. I'll see you in the next video.